Not all careers follow a straight line. Some have a turning point so sharp, so dramatic, it's like you're watching two completely different people. Well, today, we're going to look at one of cricket's most fascinating stories of reinvention, the tale of Sri Lanka's very own Tillakaratne Dilshan. Okay, picture this. It's December 2009 in Rajkot, India. Sri Lanka are chasing a mountain of a target, 415 runs to win. Now, back then, a chase like this was pretty much thought to be impossible. The game seemed over before it really got going. But one Sri Lankan batsman, he decided to challenge that idea. That batsman was Tillakaratne Dilshan, and he played one of the most blistering, destructive innings you'll ever see in one-day cricket, smashing 160 runs. He single-handedly dragged his team right to the edge of a historic victory. Now, Sri Lanka did fall short by just 3 runs, but the message was sent. Dilshan had arrived as a truly world-class, explosive force. Yeah, that sounds impossible, right? How could a player capable of that kind of brilliance go for so long without hitting that 3-figure milestone? Well, that very question is the key to understanding his entire career. It really is a tale of 2 halves. So let's start with the first part of his journey, a long period defined by promise that just wasn't quite fulfilled. We're calling it the long wait. So after debuting way back in 1999, Dilshan spent years just floating around in Sri Lanka's middle order. He'd bat anywhere from number 3 all the way down to number 8. You'd see these flashes of brilliance for sure, but there was just no consistency. In fact, it took him 7 whole years just to score his first one-day 100. And by 2008, his form had dipped so much, he was actually dropped from the national side completely. In cricket, they have a term for this, a bits and pieces player. And that's what he was. He was an absolutely phenomenal fielder, a more than handy off-spin bowler, and yeah, he could chip in with some runs. He was useful, no doubt about it, but he was never the main event. He was never the guy the opposition truly feared. His real potential was still locked away. And then, just when it seemed like his career might be fading away, one single decision changed absolutely everything. This was the game-changing switch. So after 6 months out of the team, Dilshan gets recalled for a tour of Pakistan in early 2009. Sri Lanka had been struggling to find a consistent opening batsman, so management decided, you know what, let's take a gamble. They asked Dilshan to move from the comfort of the middle order right to the top to face the brand new ball. And the result of that one change? Well, it was just staggering. I mean, just look at these numbers. As a middle order player, 1 century in 129 innings, averaging 29. As an opener, 21 centuries in 174 innings, with his average jumping up to almost 46. It wasn't just an improvement, it was a complete and total transformation. Seriously, this wasn't an improvement, it was a rebirth. The world was suddenly introduced to Dilshan 2.0. He was finally unleashed, playing with this freedom and aggression that made him one of the most feared openers on the entire planet. And this newfound confidence? It didn't just lead to more runs. It sparked a huge wave of innovation. He became the inventor of one of cricket's most audacious and frankly craziest shots, the Dilscoop. So what is it? Okay, imagine a fast bowler is running in, hurling a ball at over 140 kilometers per hour. Instead of playing a normal, sensible cricket shot, the batsman gets down on one knee and deliberately flicks the ball directly over the wicketkeeper's head for a boundary. It was audacious, incredibly risky, and just pure Dilshan. The mechanics of it are pure genius. By getting low and pretty much using the bowler's own pace against them, he could turn a standard good delivery, when you're not supposed to score off easily, into a boundary. And this wasn't just for show. This shot literally helped change T20 batting forever. So, with a brand new role and a new signature shot, Dilshan's second career absolutely took off. And it was in this period that a true legend was forged. On cricket's biggest stage, the 2011 ICC World Cup, he didn't just perform, he completely dominated. He scored 500 runs, finishing as the entire tournament's leading run scorer and carrying Sri Lanka all the way to the final. His peak also saw him take on the captaincy, and with that added pressure, he set a truly unique record. He became the very first captain in the history of the game to score a century in all 3 formats: Tests, One-Day Internationals, and T20s. And let's not forget, he was never just a batsman. He evolved into this incredibly rare triple threat, becoming one of only a handful of players in ODI history to score over 10,000 runs and take over 100 wickets. You add in his electric fielding, and the guy could literally do it all. And the list of achievements from this era just keeps going. He was a key part of the team that won the 2014 World T20. He famously hit one of the world's fastest bowlers, Mitchell Johnson, for 6 fours in a single over. He scored a magnificent 193 at Lord's, the home of cricket. And he joined that elite club of Sri Lankans with over 10,000 ODI runs. Just incredible. So, after such a remarkable turnaround, what is the legacy that he leaves behind? Ultimately, Dilshan's story is about so much more than just cricket. It's this powerful lesson in perseverance. It shows that talent can be unlocked at any stage and that it is never, ever too late to find the role you were born to play and completely redefine your own story. He retired from the international game in 2016, but his connection to cricket is still as strong as ever. He still entertains crowds in Legends tournaments and has explored coaching, commentary, and even a bit of politics. And in a really wonderful continuation of his legacy, his daughter was recently selected for Sri Lanka's under-19 women's team. So, to sum it all up, here are the 5 key things to remember about Tillakaratne Dilshan. He was the innovator who gave us the Dilscoop, the game changer who rewrote his own career, the all-rounder who could win a match in 3 different ways, the big match player who always shone brightest under pressure, and most importantly, the inspiration whose story just proves it's never too late. Dilshan's career really leaves us with one fascinating question. It makes you wonder, not just in sports, but in business, in art, in any field, how many amazing talents are out there, just waiting, just one opportunity, one single change of position, away from unlocking their own greatness.